Back, Bravehearts, to the Doc of Detox show. Today's show is EMF protection. Now, who would have ever thought, Serena, that EMF protection would come in such a beautiful crystal?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? Here's the thing that everybody doesn't get, okay? Is that the invisible creates the physical, and the invisible protects the physical, and the invisible can destroy the physical. Yeah. So we're being attacked by blue light continually. We're being attacked by EMF, 2G, 3G, 4G, and pretty soon 5G. Can't wait. I'm so excited. And all the cell phones, if you could see all the cell phones frequencies that are flying through this room, you'd be ducking in the corner, but there's nowhere to run. There's nowhere to hide. Everybody's got a phone. And understand something. We are light energy, electrical, magnetic beings. Now, you know what? I love this part. What do you think? Everybody knows that 5G is a weapon of war. Everybody knows that 5G is going to hurt people, especially those people that don't know how to protect themselves or know how to eat right, think right, live right. That's right. And everybody's buying into blue light, okay, all the time. I mean, blue light is poisoning everyone. Did you know that 10,000 children, teenagers, that is, are being diagnosed with cataracts daily now, okay? And we know that 5G, okay, is only going to give you what? A 20-second faster download with your movie. Wow, save 20 seconds.
20 seconds?
20-second download faster with a movie. 20 seconds. And guess what? It won't be taking 20 seconds off your life. It'll be taking a lot more off your life. So those people that are going to be living in big cities, because wherever the numbers are, that's where the 5G satellites are going to be targeting, because they're going to be used, because it's all about advertising. It's all about making money, okay? And then there's going to be a 5G box about the size of a microwave, okay? And that's going to be on every street corner so that you can feed off of everybody's 5G. You can feed off of everybody's wireless. Goodness. That's right. So now guess what? You can go anywhere and everywhere, and you will be able to be connected to your electronic device and no longer to nature, so you will be out of alignment and you will poison yourself. I mean, how many people today already know that if you put a phone to your head, okay, you put a phone to your head, that if you did it, if we do an infrared, okay, we have the most professional and in-depth thermography here, and if we did an actual thermography on you, we could see the imprint of the phone after a 30-second call. The imprint of the radiation is right on your skull, into your skull. Oh my goodness. It will stay there. It can stay there up to 45 minutes.
Holy moly.
Yeah, okay. So to anybody know, I'm going to be bringing Peter Webb on, who is the world's best radionic expert. And did anybody know that if when you go down and scroll down with your phone and you sign off on your phone and your plan, that it says right down at the bottom that phones can cause brain tumors. And when you sign that and you don't read it, then it goes buyer beware. Oh, so that's why you cannot sue a telephone company with a brain tumor.
Ah, that's why. Okay.
Okay, all right. And so the reality is having 12 o'clock noon light coming in your face all the time, and then having 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G, whatever you think you want to work off of. But anyways, the more that we become electronically addicted, okay, the more that we become denatured. And understand something, we are light energy, electrical, magnetic beings. And if you don't get that yet, then you've got a problem. Because emotion stands for energy and motion. And we know that everything is about frequency. Everything you drink, everything you eat has left the body. The only thing that stays behind is the light and the frequency. So we are actually made from the invisible. We are only made from light and frequency. And this is science. This is real science. Not that other fluff stuff. Okay, you're not made from minerals and vitamins. You're not made from a carrot. You're made from the frequency, the vibration the carrot has. You're made from the frequency, the vibration that a donut has. That's why you have a hole in your head if you eat one. Okay, so everything is vibrational. Did you ever go near someone and guess what? And they were sad or angry? Yes. What did you pick off of them?
That sad energy.
That sad or that angry energy. If they were happy, they brought you up. If they didn't, they brought you down. Okay, so now we're going to be talking about stuff like this, the protector, okay, the guardian, okay, the defender, and the bodyguards that are for children or for people. And we're gonna be talking about something that, oh, I love this part. We'll have a group of people that are going to come on here today, and they're going to be texting in, and they might not now on our platforms, but usually they do. This is voodoo. This is the devil's work. Meanwhile, everything is about energy, but
Yes.
this is like magic. You know, oh, did he say magic? No, this is not magic. This is science. And everything is frequency. And if you don't believe me, why don't you ask Peter Webb? Peter.
Yeah, you're there.
I'm there. Are you there?
I am, but I don't see you. I got a blank screen, so we'll just continue the way we're going, okay?
Well, then you have to turn on your, you have to turn something on your side.
We can turn
Okay.
it on to the Zoom because camera.
No, but, okay.
All I got is a big D, the D in the screen.
Well, you know, just call me Mr. Big D. No, I'm kidding. Okay, so anyways, my friend, we were just talking about the science of frequency and light.
Yeah.
Can you
I
please
heard all
first
this.
explain what radionics is? And that radionics is actually a science. It's not some kind of hobby.
No, it's what it is you know, it's a frequency generator. Every frequency has a resonant frequency, like you dial them in. It's like when you set your radio station, you dial 580, that's the station you get. Well, when we're dealing with radionics, every item, whether it's minerals, vitamins, amino acids, everything has a frequency. So we're able to dial in that frequency. So we, if it's in phase, you see, it'll treat that product, but it'll make it worse. So if you want to take something out, you set the frequencies to the opposite, to you cancel it out. So that's how if we want to get rid of something, we'll put a frequency in, and then out of phase, it'll take that frequency out. So in phase, put it in; out phase, take it out. And what we've been doing is our radionics is getting more and more complex.
What do you mean it's getting more, what do you mean the radionics is becoming more complex? Are you telling me that the world's becoming more complex with its frequencies, so radionics has to become more complex to try to negate or erase the negativity that's being thrown at us?
That's correct. Yeah, the latest thing we've been able to do is look in the mirror. It's a mirror, what the U.S. government call it, the mirror. They look into the future. Well, we tapped into that mirror for the good things that we can get, and it involves using mirrors now, 4 of them, north, south, east, west, and then we have this radionics machine there's only 2 of them ever made, and we have one here. So I tuned it, and what it did, it was tuned to reverse the aging process, but what it does,
okay, now right away, Peter, now, if I didn't know you,
yeah,
okay, and I didn't know what I knew, and you just said it was tuned to reverse the aging process, I would think that you're a bit of a kook.
well, no, it's just when it's a part of healing process. So what I'm saying.
So what you're saying is the radionics, and what it does, it helps to realign and pull you back into alignment with right down to the cellular level.
That's correct.
Okay.
And when we did this on Sunday, people was phoning up saying they were tired. Well, that means I was the same way. I mean, I was tired, but your body goes into a healing crisis and start healing. So it takes your physical energy to you say again, you're using physical energy to create energy to heal the body. And,
so electrical energy. So electrical energy creates physical healing. So
yeah,
that's
exactly.
why today people are having so much trouble with all the EMF, the 5G, the blue light. So that negative energy is stealing the positive energy within us, because people virtually are walking, talking batteries, That's why the sun is like a recharger. We're like solar panels. And what happens is that sick people don't get well because you have to get well to have energy. So we need to be able to get energy into the body some way, because it's all about electrical energy, isn't it?
Well, it is, and something we just ran into with a dairy farmer, which is the same with humans. There was a guy put a 5G relay station on his silo, which made it really bad. But what we learned from that was these cows were not able to transfer caloric energy into energy for the production of milk, for argument's sake. So I think people are now experiencing the not being able to transfer calories into energy. Rather, it's going into probably fat or something else on the body.
Would you also call that mitochondrial disruption?
That is, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, one of the things I want to emphasize is that these crystals go beyond what man-made frequencies. We are putting in frequencies to nutritional, vitamins and minerals, amino acids, and enzymes. Actually, this morning I came up with a new frequency for.
Can I say something? I don't want to cut you off, but I just want to set the pace here, and that is that these crystals, everyone, are not just protecting the body against negative frequencies, but Peter has the ability to put like our Senonian minerals frequency in there. So whether it's minerals, whether it's ionic calcium, whether it's the infinite iodine, but I'll let you, and even you can even establish, like with Emoto. Remember Emoto showed that you can actually put frequencies in water, okay, whether they be negative or positive. You're doing the same thing with the Bodyguard, the Protector, the Defender, and all the other crystal products, right?
That's correct.
Okay,
yeah.
I'll let you take it over, my friend.
So, we have to balance the entire body, the electrical body of the human being. So, but what we do, we don't exclude anything. When we're programming, we program for the tiniest microorganisms in our bodies, in the soil, and all life, plants and trees and animals. This is benefiting them the same way as it is the human being. So we're seeing remarkable healing or growing processes with animals, and
So you're talking about pigs, cows, poultry,
pigs, yeah,
and then
all
you're
those.
talking about the yield from gardens, and sometimes the yield can be as high as 30% when they start using the Guardian, right, and just having it there.
That's right. We've even, well, we're putting the Defender now in poultry barns.
Okay, can I show people the Defender? Is that okay?
Yeah,
Here's the Defender, everyone. Do you see it? This is a beautiful Italian crystal. The color isn't the big deal. The color is just to show us the different types of crystals, where this Defender here will actually do a 50-acre building, right? 50 acres?
Yeah, at least. Yeah.
At least 50, well, on a minimum, 50 acres, where this is the Guardian, which stands for garden. It will do 50-acre garden.
Wow.
Yeah. And then this is called the Protector, and it will do 200 feet down, 200 feet up, 200 in every direction feet. And this is to protect your home, your condo, wherever you live.
I have that.
And then this is the Bodyguard, which I'm wearing, and Serena's wearing one as well. What's the depth above the head, below the feet, and out now?
It's about 20 feet above your head, below you, and around you. And what you realize is that your immune system extends outside your physical body, and it's an energy field. They call it the aura.
Or grid.
And it will, if the aura is expanded out to 15 or 20 feet, any viruses that come into that aura will be canceled out and won't be able to get into your physical body.
Right.
So we got the protection. We're in our products to help you against viruses and colds and COVID, whatever is coming your way.
Can I say something, Peter? I've got some people writing questions here. Everybody, we're taking questions from Rumble, Facebook, YouTube. And why don't you come and challenge Peter? Because a lot of you probably don't believe this. So come and challenge Peter, come and challenge me, or ask us any questions that you want on this subject. But understand something, and I'm going to say this right now. You're not going to get another device, okay, like this, and to be able to do what it does. This never wears out, never breaks down. It can be anywhere in the world, okay? And when new frequencies need to be added, it is added to every crystal that's ever been put out there. And then people will say, well, what's going to happen when Peter? Well, Peter's already training people to take over for him, because people say to me, well, what's going to happen, Dr. Wolf, when you go? And that doesn't bother me. I just go, well, I'm going to train an army. And Peter's in training right now, training someone. And just understand something. You never have to plug it in. It never wears out. I've had people even drop it and then they glued it back together, and it made it, it was just as nice. You couldn't tell where the crack was. And it'll still work, won't it, Peter?
Absolutely. Yeah, we've had a number of people that have dropped them, and they've glued them together, and these things will work whether you're having radiation therapy or going through customs, or even in the swimming pool or hot tub. So they'll take a lot of abuse and keep on working. So
yeah.
And of course we, one of the things we have done is increase the oxygen of the dependence. Now we've got it up to close to 50 parts per million. And
can I say something, Peter?
Yeah.
And this, everybody can feel. I had people actually commenting that they feel that they can breathe deeper. And I said, well, I don't know if you know this, but Peter changed things. And what people don't know is guess what? Does anybody know the major cause of cancer? It's where you lack 35% of your oxygen going into the cells for more than 3 days. That causes the cancer. People will say it's parasites, fungus, bad bacteria, but no. Once the oxygen comes down, the frequency changes, and it allows these predators to come in and feed off a weak tissue. Go ahead, Peter.
Yeah, so the oxygen we find that is critical to all life, and the beauty of it is, we say it goes 20 feet underground when you're wearing the body protector, but it's also putting oxygen down into the ground. So if you put the guardian or the house protector in your home, it's going to be putting oxygen right down into the ground. In that case, it'll go down 400 feet down. And so the water coming out of the taps is going to have a higher level of oxygen. And if you're on a weaver bed sewage system, not city,
yeah.
you'll have to probably never have to pump that septic tank, because the oxygen will support the bacteria.
It'll support the good bacteria to decompose everything the way it was meant to do. Peter, can I cut in for just a second?
Yeah.
I'm just going to do a couple of things here. First of all, where do we buy these? You can go to store.docofdetox.com or go to docofdetox.com, Christy, and just click on store or shop. And just know, everybody, that we have 20% off on almost all Doc of Detox products until next week. And the next thing I'm going to say is here. I just want to do this because I love this controversial stuff, Peter? So
yeah.
Here we go. Are you ready? I said we wanted to be challenged. So are you ready for this one?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, do you need to take another drink, or are you?
No, I just had a drink.
Okay, I just want to make sure you're ready. Okay, so Nell says, someone said to me that Peter's technology is not catching up to the new harmful frequencies. Is this true? Is it still harmonizing 100%? Peter, will you explain to them?
Yeah, there was a point where we weren't caught up, but now since we've gone to this new technology of adding the mirrors, it's taken, and this is what happened with the dairy farm. As soon as we put that in, those dairy cows started utilizing the energy and putting it into milk production right away. We've put these into poultry farms where they mass-produced meat birds, and they had a terrible mortality rate. And we put the big defender in to the barn, and right away, the mortality went almost to zero. There was no more dust, no more smell in the barn, and the birds came out weighing between 1 pound and 1.5 pounds heavier. So, you know, if this didn't work, you wouldn't see that response. In fact, one day...
Yeah, the canary in the coal mine trick.
Yeah.
Okay.
When we put this frequency in of the new mirror energy, one farmer phoned me up and said his chickens went up 15 dozen eggs a day, which is a pretty significant amount of eggs. So animals respond to this far quicker than humans, but I think in general, actually I was dealing with a herd of cattle this morning that were not producing. And, excuse my throat. So anyway, about 10 years ago, they had a fire, and all those cattle were taken onto different farms. There was over 250 head of them. So the trauma stayed within those animals. So finally, this morning, I figured out we can remove the trauma from those cows, and right away, because trauma is also something that could be passed on from generation to generation, and you've got to remember that. So by removing the trauma from the cattle, they responded. So at the same time, I had come up with another frequency to remove the trauma from people as well. So we incorporated that into the system this morning.
So what you can do for animals, you can do for humans. What you can do for humans, you can do for anything that is alive.
That's correct. So
yes,
even plants respond the
of course.
Same way. I mean, right now we are facing a potential of food shortages. There's no other way to put it, but you know, with the cost of fuel and fertilizer and and the transportation. Up here in Canada, most of food is already overdue as far as age by trucking it all the way from Mexico or California. It's past its best due date. So by, you know, if you put a Guardian in a tractor trailer, it would protect that food from deteriorating on the journey up. So we put in all these frequencies to support the health of ourselves and the animals. And even a week ago, I came up with another form of glutathione that we put into this. And we already had one form of glutathione. There we put a second one. Well, glutathione removes the graphene oxide from your body. And this is another thing that's coming common now. 80% of the people have microplastics in their blood from drinking water from plastic bottles.
Yeah, I talked about that this morning. We're in a meeting and we have a coconut filtration structure unit, and we have people there sitting at our meeting with plastic bottles from the OXXO across the street. And I was just saying how people can be so easily programmed, okay?
Yeah, no, it's that. Well, you know, the media is programming us all the time and feeding us information. But so, you know, what my mission is here is to heal all life on this planet, and that includes the people, animals, plants, and the bacteria. And remember, 5G don't stop bothering your eyesight and other things. It's affecting the microorganisms, the bacteria in your digestive system that are key to your life.
That is the most important thing, and people don't see that because people have been taught to attack all their microorganisms. Viruses, which aren't a microorganism. Virus is just a waste product from a cell that's detoxifying, and people don't even know that, Peter. So, and then they don't understand when they go to attack the bad bacteria, they're destroying their good ones. So, you know, it's not about the bug, it's about the terrain. As Louis Pasteur said, The bug is nothing, the terrain is everything.
Yeah. So, you know, I was thinking of something there at that time. Yeah, I forgot what it was now. Anyway, it was to do. Oh yeah, it was to do with the bacteria.
Yes.
And if you take an antibiotic, it'll wipe your flora in your gut out for 6 months or more. It takes before it can reestablish. So it's pretty important that we do use a prebiotic and a probiotic, and this is where we have to start looking at, because the food we're buying today is nutritionally devoid. There's nothing in it. A lot of it just is just empty calories. So we have to support our body with other vitamins and minerals, you know, and the same as we put in a frequency or grounding to ground you when you're walking. Like you guys can walk on the beach. Here it's been snowing all week, so there's no walking outside to get grounded. So we put the grounding in to help to take the AC frequency, alternating current frequencies, all the man-made stuff, ground it out of our body to give our body a chance to normalize and heal. And you know, it's crazy what we have to do, what we're doing. But anyway, like I said, we will stay on the path that whenever there is a challenge. You know, there are even frequencies coming off wind turbines. And the crazy part about it, in Canada, a wind turbine can be 500 meters from your home, but in Europe it's 2 kilometers. They know that these turbines are not good for you, but these are things that are in our environment that are attacking us, and you know, even the cell phones, they are not helping our health at all either. I have one, but it's never. I just have it for emergencies. It's in my pocket, but I have it turned off.
I know, because I can never get in touch with you.
Well, that's why we have a ground system.
I know, I'm just playing with you.
I know,
Listen,
yeah.
I have somebody asking, and they want to know where they can get literature that they can read or watch about radionics so that they can do more research.
Well, they can go to Kelly Instruments in Georgia. They have manuals, they have videos, they have a lot of stuff. Another source is the American Cytronics Association. Their Cytronics and Radionics are basically the same thing. And also a company that make some radionics machines. It's Lightning Radionics, and that's Scott Ertl. He's got a wealth of information on radionics. So it's, you know, it's all frequencies, and like I've got manuals with around 6,000 frequencies. We never use them because we just use the essential ones that will have an effect, you know. So we're looking forward to keeping on to, actually right now there is a big push for people to start growing food, salads in the house, and it's very simple. You can use old ice cream containers and put the soil in it and some seed, lettuce seed, and you can grow your salads and tomatoes and that kind of thing in your home, or using the it doesn't matter which house protector you're going to have. It's all going to benefit the health of the plant. And you know, when we have pests, which is seldom now, we put in, actually one of the frequencies we put in is lightning. It's a positive and negative DC current, because our bodies are supposed to be DC current. And as soon as we put that into the field, like the garden, immediately the potato bugs all went away. We never had any more potato bugs on the potatoes. So DC current is an amazing way of controlling insects. Now the Germans do make a machine that you can put the DC into water and then spray it on the crops to control animals, but it's the insects, but it's also far more efficient to just use radionics because it can go very large areas without, any extra. We've got everything, the curcumin oil, pumpkin seed oil, the all the different kinds. I'm trying to think of the ones there, the ones in the Bible, the frankincense and myrrh, and all those essential oils are in the frequency. We've got all kinds of them, and we're even putting in a product we got out of Peru. It's from a grass that is supposed to help women with their menstrual cycles because we get it. It's not my category, but people are telling me that they have menstrual cycles in their 60s and 70s, which is probably not normal.
Peter, the glutathione that you have in there, is that the new one that my brother, Dr. Marcel Wolf, has? So did you put that one in there? Oh, people, this is a breakthrough. Hey, isn't it, Peter? That new glutathione. Now, everybody, you're getting this frequency of that product. And there's a lot of my products that will actually, the frequencies are in there to help protect you. Now, I wanted to there was something else here I wanted to talk about. Yeah, when you're talking about where somebody said you weren't keeping up with the frequencies, understand something, everybody. Every electrical device that you plug in is not keeping up with the frequencies. The only thing that can keep up with the new frequencies they're putting out there is the radionics that Peter does, because he can automatically go and he can use radionics to put that into everybody's crystal device. You can't go and reprogram an electronic device that you plug in. Am I correct, Peter?
You're correct, yeah.
Yeah. So when somebody said here, well, I don't think Peter's keeping up. Well, you know what? How do you keep up with this mad psychoness that's going on? And the only way to keep up is using radionics because it can happen in a split second. Right, Peter?
Wow.
That's correct.
Yes.
The other thing that I've been looking at lately, I haven't done anything about it because it's a tricky. There's so much iron in the food we get. I was using a pea-based protein, and it supplied 40% of your iron every day. And I had a greens product, that was 20%. And then you get other foods that are coming in that are high in iron. So you get ferritin in your blood. Your iron in your blood's too high. And that's something I can't take it out with frequency because we need a certain amount of iron at this stage of game. So I'm looking at it by taking some of those high iron foods and cutting back how much I take just to lower the iron in my blood.
Beautiful.
And
Christy, can I ask you a question? Christy asks, she says, do you wear the Guardian or Protector? No, you wear the Bodyguard, right, Peter?
that's correct, yeah.
And that's this device. The Guardian, you couldn't wear that, okay? And the Protector's smaller. The Protector's for the house love. The Guardian is for up to a minimum of a 50-acre garden, right, Peter?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Defender's for a 50-acre building, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
We've got some hotels, 400-room hotels, where we've got 2 Guardians in the hotel to do, because they have, each room has Wi-Fi in it, so it's like a Wi-Fi bomb when you're in these hotels. So it's important that you, actually, if a person really wanted to protect themselves, they could take a house protector in their luggage and just set it on the coffee table in the hotel room to protect him from all of the Wi-Fi in all of the other rooms. But not every hotel, we've only got 2 hotels, one in Toronto and one in Ottawa that we've got these in. And,
no, you've got a big resort in Mexico, and we've got, they're all over the place in Mexico here. So Peter, that's number 3, so there's a hat trick.
Okay.
Yeah. There's another question here. Bonnie, I dropped my crystal and pieces of it shattered. Is it still useful, Peter?
Well, it's kind of what we've been getting people that have dropped them, And what we've been doing is sending them a replacement, even though they were sold through you guys. We've been replacing them at cost. So don't try to get it glued together, you know, just
So
contact us.
if somebody shatters one, they can show
Yeah.
us proof of that, and then we
Yeah.
could contact you with that. Is that okay?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go, love. So you can call me at 855-900-4544 and just tell my staff that Peter said that, and if that happens, then just send us a picture. That's all you got to do, okay? Tammy says that she loves you, Peter. Don't tell your wife, though, okay?
No.
Someone asked about the, she has this one.
The
But
Guardian?
Should she buy the guard? Should she just wear the guard as well? Go.
Oh, no, okay, so
Yeah.
where is it?
Up a bit, up.
Okay, so she has the Guardian and she wants to know if she should get something else?
No, further down, down, down. No, down, bring her down. Another one.
I don't think it's up there, love.
Yeah, she's there.
Oh, there.
Yeah.
I have a Guardian. This is Kelly. I have a Guardian for my house. No garden. Should I have a protector instead?
No, if she's, you know, everything we program, whether it's the bodyguard or the house protector, it'll only stay within that person's area, that property. So the protector will go out into the garden, but if it's in the apartment, it won't go through into the other apartment. It just stays in, because you know the area that you own and live in, and these things just fill that void. They fill that up, but they don't go in because we don't want anybody putting radionic frequencies into somebody that doesn't want it or doesn't know about it. So we keep everything within that control area. So, you know, we have farmers that are putting them out now in the fields because they know exactly where they want the energy to go. So, when we have been increasing the potency of the Guardian and the Defender, so right now we're going to say 400 acres is a reasonable area to cover with one Guardian or Defender.
Whoa.
But if you only got 10 or 5 acres, it will not go beyond that area.
It'll just do your...
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know the area you own, and the crystal will know that and just stay within your area. I mean, it may sound hard for somebody to get that through their heads, but it's the way it's always been set up. And we've tested this over and over and over on properties where it just stays goes right to the road or to the backyard. It doesn't go up beyond that point.
So Nell says, I have 5 Defenders and pendants. I have 1 in my car, my house, my office, and on me. I give them to my family too. My mom felt peace and harmony a couple of minutes after she put it on. That would be the bodyguard. Thank you, Peter. This works even on people last moments of life. I am a witness of that.
Yes, that's true.
Bobby asks, does the color provide different protections? Different colors provide different protections.
Can I just ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead, love.
Asked about the home protector. I think she's asking, should she buy this as well? The bodyguard, I think, goes with you everywhere you go.
Yes.
So you're protected from the EMF when you go out shopping, when you go out to the parks, and when you go out to the city and do the stuff. So a home protector is different from the bodyguard. Bodyguard, it goes with you everywhere you go. So to clarify your question, good to have a home protector and one on your body to go with you and keep you safe. Am I right, Peter?
Yeah, you're right. And just to let people know that when we were programming for EMFs from the electricity, we programmed them to hold the electromagnetic field in the wiring. And everybody that gets it has a reduction in their power bill. It could be anywhere from 25 to 35% less electricity.
I got one for you, Peter.
Okay.
Mary Jane says, I take it in my car and I'm actually cutting the cost of my gas.
Wow.
I can
Is that
explain
true? Is that true? Like I've never
That
really
is-
studied
yeah,
that.
no, that is true because what happens, you're putting oxygen into the environment of the car, right? So the
Yes.
air breather is pulling air from the atmosphere, like it's got humidity in it, about anywhere from 50 to 60% humidity. And once it hits the engine, that um, uh, HO2 is converted into hydrogen. So you bring in oxygen and hydrogen into the engine and it burns cleaner and you have a better mileage.
Beautiful. Mary Jane says, my house feels so good. Julie says, can Peter put a list together? Would you do that, Peter? And we'll put it right on where they purchase these. Can Peter put a list together with all the frequencies he puts into his radionic devices? It would be amazing to have the list. Is that possible or no?
Well, it'd be some of the main ones. We've got 40 years of frequencies. We have frequencies in that spin clockwise once, pause, spin counterclockwise, and that's what's happening in every cell of your blood cells. And when that happens, you're pulling in, because every vitamin or a mineral, or they have number one, they have a color attached to them, but they have a spin. So half of the minerals has a clockwise spin and half have a counterclockwise spin. So by being able to oscillate these backs and forwards, it allows your body to assimilate and absorb the minerals. But at the same time, they take them into the cell. They're taking frequency food in, but they're taking the waste away from the cells. So if you look at blood under a dark field microscope where the person is wearing the bodyguard, the blood looks like a starry night. It's all these bright, shiny, the cells will shine like white crystals. So it does have a positive effect on the whole. If not, your blood starts clumping and clumping up, and that's when you start getting health problems. So we're working from the tiniest blood cells to the tiniest microorganisms. And these are also, you got to remember that a lot of your brain is in your digestive system, and these bacteria are holding all the memories and stuff. So it's important to keep that part of your body healthy. And, and the other thing is being able to go and get a decent night's sleep. You get a good quality sleep, you feel a lot better. But a lot of people today are just not getting enough or the proper sleep.
Restless.
Yeah, but yeah, as far as we started out primarily looking at the geomagnetic lines, and this is the other thing that we're dealing with that we really don't talk about. These geomagnetic lines, they crisscross all over the planet, and if you've got a home, they will attach to the ductwork or the water piping or the electrical wiring and carry other frequencies from miles away. It could be from a gas station, gas tanks, pick up the frequency and carry it right through your house. So we're breaking those lines up in the area of the guardian, the protector, or the home protector, and the pendants. So there's thousands of frequencies that we've been able to accumulate and put in, and sometimes we do things that we do on our testing. We had a cosmic pipe, which is radionic, in the garden, and we put some kelp meal in it, which is high in salt, but it in turn put salt in a well water. So we had to yank that out. So I've got 40 years of doing this stuff, finding what works and what doesn't work. And, it's a never-ending journey. It will never end, I don't think, because as people change, the environment change, we have to keep on top of everything and keep moving along so we can negate these new energies that are coming along. And
Hey, Peter, I got to ask you a question. This is off track, okay? You've been around for a long time. You're a very wise man. Why do you think on planet Earth do we always have to keep protecting ourselves from these predators? Why do these predators keep on trying to bring us down with these invisible frequencies, blue light, invisible frequencies? Why are people poisoning the ground, the water, the air? Just me and you casually talking here. What do you believe is really going on? What do you think? What's your opinion?
Well, my opinion is it's just another way of selling more medications, drugs, and different things that we're going to need. I mean, look at the vaccine. The number of times now they're talking about the fourth vaccine, fourth shot.
The what?
The fourth shot.
The fourth
COVID.
shot. Okay.
Fourth, yeah.
The 4 pillars of life. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I look at the animals and these the effects that all this stuff have on them at the same time. And here again, in our universities, in agriculture or in any other, there is nobody teaching this knowledge how to farm naturally or organically. They're only pushing chemical products, chemical fertilizers, weed killers, you name it. And the crazy thing about it is they now realize there is a lack of bacteria in the soil from the 5G and the 3G, 4G. I've seen it with 4G where the bacteria die in the soil. And now they're putting bacteria back. You spray it on the soil and put it back in the soil, and then what's the big cycle of the 5G take it out the next day? So many things that don't make sense anymore, and it's all adding to the cost of
Healthcare.
everything we do. Healthcare, food, the supply chain is, and interfered with it. So yeah, we're in a different time, and I believe it's not going to get better until. Well, I really don't know unless we start talking about the end times. But anyway, we don't want to do that.
No, we won't do that today. We'll save that for another show.
Yeah.
Okay. Guys, do you mind putting up the store.docofdetox.com? People want the link to where they can get Peter's crystals, please. Store.docofdetox.com. And yes, somebody just asked again. Yeah, the sale will be on for 1 more week. Okay? And that's everything on Doc of Detox. It's up to 20%. Thank you.
There was a question. If you wear the bodyguard, does it protect the people around you?
No.
I have the body. No.
Yeah. No, it'll only affect the person that's
wearing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's called universal.
Yeah.
It's called universal right of opinion. I think. Okay, now here's a crazy thing. What if somebody said that I would like to feel the protection of your protector? No, or it's just for that person.
No, that is okay because the everything we make is self-cleansing. You got to understand.
Right, I got it.
Somebody touch it, it's automatically self-cleansed. It doesn't matter whether it's a pendant, the home protector, or the guardian, because people love to pick those things up and looking into them and move them up and down. And yeah, no, they are self-cleaning, so there's no worry about if somebody handles it. One question I had was that somebody had died with the pendant, and the woman asked me what to do with it, and I said, well, quite honestly, it should be buried. It shouldn't be put in the incinerator. What do you call that? Anyway, it shouldn't be burned with the body. It should be, if you're going to do something with it, bury it in the soil. Don't pass it on if somebody's died with it, because you don't want to. It's just something that occurred, and it kind of surprised me. But at the same time, I gave him the honest opinion that it should be treated with reverence and response, and just give it its own burial.
I get it.
Yeah.
Joanne wants to know, can this control a rodent problem?
Nope, because everything, we've had this question before, we're benefiting all life. So if we started keeping the rodents, actually I had a question about wasps last week. And it's so simple. You can buy these paper wasp nests and you can hang them around your home and it'll keep all the wasps away because they're territorial. But rodents is something that, there's only one treatment for them, and you can have a company come in and put these little boxes around your house and they'll clean out all the rodents and they're gone. But rodents have no respect for anything. They're going to invade your home. They're going to get in there. So
Yeah, and sometimes they actually are two-legged. Julie, do you have to take the protector outside the house to affect... Okay, so she wants to know, if I leave my protector in my house, will it affect my yard as well? And you said it's up to 200 feet in all directions, correct?
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, that'll look after the average home and the average yard. No problem at all.
thank you.
Yeah. And that's why people should have them now if they're going to start growing small vegetable patches in their backyard, and they should have a protector to feed the oxygen and hydrogen and all the other vitamins and minerals to that plant to make it the healthiest.
Beautiful. Iris says, I have a big defender and it has helped me to remain calm.
This is something that we've found that is the most noticeable about technology, is it has a very positive calming effect. We had an email from a lady in Ireland that this gentleman went into, she was running a clinic. This gentleman walked in and she said for the first time for a long time, the place was at peace and calm. Normally she was wound up and, but as soon as he walked in, the whole place calmed right down. So it does have effect with the people in the area too, within that environment.
So Colin, there's your answer. Colin was asking, hi, do any of these help with depression, panic attack, or anxiety? And there's your answer. And Marcel wants to know, if you don't mind, Peter, let's start again. I guess she came in late. So this is called a bodyguard, everyone.
Yeah.
And here are the colors of it. And you can see these are smaller these can be used for pets or for young children, okay? Even with babies, you can put it on the crib, or you can put it around the baby's ankle nice and loose, just enough that it's there. She wants to know if you'll go over how much it protects against. So we'll do the bodyguard, then the protector, and let's do the bodyguard first.
Okay, the mini ones, the smaller ones, does approximately 15 feet around the child.
Or your animal. You could put it around the neck of your cat or your dog, or...
We have there is a lot of people buying them for their pets, or their fur babies, they call them. And then the adult one will do 20 feet around the body. But again, it's, even when if you're wearing it in the car, it's going to have effect on the performance of the car. And I have one in the dashboard, sitting in the dashboard all the time. So, and it just makes it more comfortable, and you don't get all stressed out driving. You're just relaxed and focused. So it can help in a lot of ways when you're especially people doing a lot of driving. So that's then we get into the home protectors. Again, they're designed to do the home, and they can do 200 feet in all directions, up and down. And then, of course, we get into the larger ones, which is a guardian and defender. That, as we noted today, they can, they'll stay within a factory or a school or a hospital, and we've got quite a few people that work in hospitals that take them in and put them in their lockers in the hospital, and that actually enhances the whole hospital. we have school teachers taking them into the class and putting them in their desks in the classroom, and help with that because our kids they're putting these 5G relays on top of schools, and then the kids have got to learn, and it's it's got to be hard for them in that environment, and probably they get much tired. And
Well, it should be illegal for one thing.
It should be, yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway.
it's intentional damage to children. It's destroying their nervous
Yeah.
systems, their brains. Then they can't study. Then they get in trouble because they can't study. This is all undermining the human race, and it's disgusting.
Yeah.
Lisa, if it protects, okay, 1 second. Somebody in the office keeps messing with this, and if they keep doing it, they're going to be in big trouble. Okay. Lisa, if it protects up to 200 feet, then wouldn't it cover those within the same space? No, Peter was saying it. It won't do that. It's yours, right? It's yours. It's your protector.
It's yours, yeah, and it only stays in your.
But what about let's talk about a whole family now. It protects the family. It protects the house, and it protects the family. Correct?
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about people now I'm just going to get a little bit on the edge here. So I come in to visit into that house. Am I protected?
Absolutely.
Okay, so there's your answer, everyone. I know, I want you to clarify it, not me.
No, absolutely, yeah. Anybody coming into that home will reap the benefit of the energy that's within that home.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to do the next question. If somebody could stop with the cursor, that would be great. Does the Defender also help with gardening? Okay.
Yeah, it will do. It benefits. It's the same frequency as the Guardian. The only difference is oxygen is blue, and that's why the Defender is blue, to put more oxygen into the hospitals, office buildings, or wherever it needs to go. But it will, as we've seen with these chickens, they just really bloom and grow, and the environment. We have one farmer has had one for 4 years, and since he's had it, he hasn't had a single fly in his chicken barn. There's 12,000 birds in that barn, and there's never a fly. And actually, the interesting thing is, last week, the inspector went in to inspect that barn, and he swabbed all the tops of cages, everything in the barn, looking for E. coli, staphylococcus, and strep. There was nothing, no bacteria in the dust or in that facility, and he gave him a perfect mark of 100% on the health and cleanliness of the barn. So, and this helps with the home too. If you've got a damp basement or something where there's mold, that black mold that gets on things, it can help to reduce that or eliminate it, just because oxygen will do that. The same, you can wash it down with hydrogen peroxide and it'll clean it all off. So what we're doing is basically one step up from the hydrogen peroxide. It's straight oxygen that we're putting in. Where we put it, the other place that we've got a lot of these is on cottages, on lakes, and it actually increases the fish in the lake. The fish love that energy, and we've got a lot of.
Can you talk about the lakes and the water that you cleaned up in India and around the world? Do you want to give an example?
Well, we did a lake in India that was Hassan Saga. It was a terrible mess. There's this raw sewage from, I think, about 10 million people going in, but it smelled and there's dead water. So we put the energy in, and we cleaned that lake completely, almost to drinking standards. And that, instead of it being a smelly sewage place, it was a place where people came canoeing and boating and enjoying the water. We've also had a situation of blue-green algae on a lake, and I just broadcast from my home to that lake. I started at 1 o'clock, and at 4 o'clock, all the blue-green algae was gone. The lake was perfectly clean, nothing left. And this is, this is not voodoo. It's just understanding energy and nature. So what we did with that, we put in the DC current, and that was all it took to clean the water. But we have done sewage ponds and in smaller towns where they have sewage, and we cleaned that up. So we use the defender in those situations. So anybody that has any plants or animals or anything, this is an amazing way of enhancing the quality of the products that you get. And so we'll just carry on. Okay. You got any more questions, Daryl?
Yeah, go ahead.
Someone's mother passed away, and but she didn't die wearing it. He gave it to her brother. Is that okay?
That's okay. Yeah.
So if I wore mine, but I didn't die wearing it, I can pass it on. And if I have worn mine for a few weeks, and then my friend comes on, oh, I like your pendant, can I give it to her?
Yes, you can. We've got, actually, I had a lady email me just recently. Her daughter was on the computer 12 hours a day, and she was wanting to know if a dependent would help her, and she had one for herself. So I wrote back and I said, well, put yours on her and see if she spend less time on the computer. We can't gauge what, but this is the problem now with all these, everybody's in front of the computer just way too long.
Yeah, that's why you got to wear these. If you wear Tesla glasses, you will never be disrupted. Tesla glasses are the only glasses in the world that will take blue light and actually transform it into a healing ingredient. It's C60, everybody. Just like the C60 that I have people drinking, it's the C60s right in the lenses. Yeah. And they're also on sale, just for everybody's notice. Here, can you wear it within a leather pouch, Peter, says Nancy.
Of course you can. Yeah. It goes through, you see, this is the thing about radionics. If you got food in the fridge and you got the home protector in the house, those frequencies go right into the fridge and extend the life of the food in the fridge. Mm-hmm. So it'll go through water. Actually, the water lines in your house, the frequencies will go in through those water lines and put the oxygen right into the water in your water pipes in your house. And then if you take a glass of water and you run it full and set it on the counter, you'll see all the bubbles forming on all around the glass, from top to bottom.
Yeah, a friend of mine, they had a big problem with fruit flies in fruit. Yeah. Okay, and they got the protector, and they said, wow, they didn't get the protector for the fruit flies. But they got the protector, and they said their fruit lasts so much longer, and they don't have fruit flies. That's so right. Yeah. Everybody, I know these things sound weird, and I know it's like, wow, what will people say next? Well, energy, everything is about energy. Everything is about frequency, isn't it, Peter?
It is. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
Let me see here. Now, I know that by having the Defender and my pendant at ER made a big difference. Totally made everything, every frequency harmonized. Incredible experience I had. Lisa, I'm not understanding. How can I determine that it is specific to your own self? Well, you have to understand something, everybody. Frequencies are frequencies, and the frequencies aren't different from pendant to pendant. And you have to understand with frequencies, your body will take on a frequency. Okay, the frequencies are there, so they're always helping you to align. It's all about alignment. It's never anything else except alignment. Always alignment of the cells. Whether you're talking about humans, animals, plants, bugs, everything is about alignment. Everything is about frequencies. And the frequencies are always there. When your body needs them, they're helping to adjust certain areas. And when your body doesn't need them, they're just there in standby. I don't know if I said it right, Peter.
No, you're right. We have what we call the vault. It's under our Radionics building. It's about 4 feet of silica sand, and we store all kinds of frequencies in that vault. So if your body is looking for certain frequency, it can automatically go in and bring it into your body. Again, I'm stretching the imagination here, but it's actually how it works. So your body will seek out elements that it's missing. I know but this is the way it works, and this is why I like working with animals, because they all want to feel good and feel better. Humans
and they're not in judgment. They're just in instinct.
Like that, yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, there it is.
Mary's question.
Go ahead. You go ahead.
Mary has a question. How does it help people with cancer, Parkinson's, and or other health issues?
Can you repeat those elements?
How does it help with people who have cancer, Parkinson's, or any other health issue?
Oh, well, we've got testimonials from people that had metastatic cancer, and they just wore the pendant and they fully recovered, and they hadn't been out of the house for years, and then suddenly they were able to go for walks, and then after 4 years they were able to go out and drive the cars. So there are people that get these benefits, but Parkinson's, again, it's I don't know if it's hereditary or it's a cause. It could be even from a trauma that could bring that on, you see.
Well, I believe it's only from trauma. I don't believe Parkinson's is actually hereditary. And the research has never proved that. No, not at all. And actually, there was a huge study done it was called the Genome Project, to prove that diseases were genetic, and it was a complete flop. That's why nobody's heard about it. So, they wanted to, if they could prove that diseases were genetic, then the medical system could own and say, well, there's nothing you can do for yourself. Things are epigenetic more than anything, and you already said it. It's trauma, and it's telling the same story over and over again. Think about it, Peter. Yeah. If I asked you to think about all the times in your life that were amazing celebrations, or tell me which one do you remember more, the amazing celebrations or the amazing traumas, Peter? So the reality is that we are programmed to focus on our traumas. Those traumas have frequencies attached to them, and those frequencies take the invisible to the physical. And otherwise, what I'm trying to say is the psychological overrules the biological. And if anybody's wondering why I put my glasses on, I have 2 more shows to do today. Okay, we're doing a C60 show on the highest frequency C60 in the world, and we carry it. And we're going to be on with Richard here at 12 o'clock today. And then at 2 o'clock, I'm going to be on with Tom Muhlbauer about the Avicen. And the only device that can actually increase your circulation by 67% in the human body, and all you got to do is just lay there and sleep and put your hand into it. It's pretty amazing. Anyways, let's move on. We've got about another 5 minutes, and then we'll let Peter go to lunch. Or did you have lunch yet, Peter?
I had it already. Yeah.
Oh wow. Let's see here. It's jumped up a little bit.
Does it matter?
Yeah. 1 second. Mary, does it matter what material the necklace is made of that you use for the bodyguard?
For the pendant.
Well, that is the bodyguard pendant.
Yeah, the bodyguard. Yeah. So you can use the leather one, which is fine, but don't buy a cheap one, because we find that the electromagnetic fields, the cheap necklaces give it a dark, they oxidize, and you have this dark mark around your neck where they are. So get a good silver or gold coated one, or the leather one, and they work absolutely fine.
Okay. Thank you for having Peter today, and Daryl always pushing a whole new experience, harmonizing. I think Peter's radionics are addictive on a really good way. Donna, should my mom, who lives with me, and I not exchange pendants when we want to wear for outfit color coordinating?
There's no problem with switching them.
No? Good.
Nancy has one of each color, so when she dresses, she put the pendant on to coordinate with the clothes that she's wearing, and that's, you know, again, when you pick a certain color, it tells
Yeah, but
you
her and her
body-
mother wear them. They share them. Is
Yeah,
that okay?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
okay. Yeah, yeah, but you know, again, people draw to a color because they're deficient in a mineral of that color. So, you know, the color supports the body to absorb the minerals, and whatever the color it is. It could be chromium, copper, silver, you know, but you know, magnesium, potassium, zinc, all those
Right.
minerals have colors attached, and of course the colors of your clothes can enhance the absorption of those minerals.
Beautiful. Lisa, 100% belief in frequency equilibrium. I am highly sensitive to electromagnetic radiation frequencies, and I suffer from severe headaches, itching, nausea, etc. I actually hear the buzzing. It makes me miserable. Do you have payment plans? No, we don't have payment plans, but they're on sale right now for 20% off, I think. So I don't know what else to say. That's the most discount you're going to get, love. Maria, love my Tesla glasses, my bodyguard, and crystal pendant. Thanks, Maria. Terry says, are they on sale? Yes, they're on sale for one more week. Cindy, let me see. I think that's it. What do you think, Peter? How'd we do?
We did okay. We covered everything that needed to be covered, and you know, it's good to go back and just reestablish how it works and where all this frequencies come from, because
Right.
yeah, because everything is changing, and you know, the biggest threat down the road is everybody driving an electric car with these big electric batteries in it. It's going to be not good for your health either. But again, it may be. I have a feeling that we can help with that too. If you have a house protector in that electric car, it's going to take away. You're going to certainly get more mileage out of a charge. There's no question about that. So, yeah.
Really good.
It's great about the car because the gas price has gone up so much. So if it saves you on petrol, why not?
Well, yeah, it's going to help.
Yeah.
You know, it's definitely going to help.
It's going to be great.
And of course, no, the government is not going to accept that there's hardly any emissions coming out of a car when you're putting in the energy of oxygen and hydrogen into that car. But, you know, government, there's this whole thing, they want to suck every nickel out of every working person, and that's I think they want to keep everybody poor. That way they can control them a whole lot better than they can if they're any other way.
Well, thanks for the truth on that, Peter. And the majority of the population hasn't woken up yet. They actually think that the government is trying so hard, but they can't figure it out. It's like medical science, medical health. It's all just a mystery. Nobody can figure why the world's constipated. It's like, you know, well, I don't know what we're going to do. We have to get all the main scientists together here to try to figure this out. Everything's got to be a mystery. We can't figure anything out. And that's because we do not have unconditional love for ourselves and others. And it's definitely never going to come from the government, because the government is owned by an internal government. And people just don't want to wake up to that fact. They just want to think that the world can't figure something out, and that's not the truth. Anyways, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Okay.
Hey, Peter? So will
That's
you join
great.
us again next month? Come back on
Certainly
next
will.
month?
I'll bring an update with as we move along. I keep writing notes down, but I forget to bring them into the show, so that way I don't get too far off track.
Well, if you turn your cell phone on, I'd give you a reminder. See, I'm in Mexico, so I can't call you. You know,
No.
it's very difficult to call you, yeah. I have what's called Dialpad, but it goes to every cell phone, but it won't go to a house phone.
Yeah.
Okay, because
Yeah.
it's not digital like that. So you,
Yeah.
what I'll do is, do you check your email every day now?
Oh yeah. No, I do have a thing called Worldline on my phone, a landline. I can call anywhere in the world. It only costs me $16 a month, and it eliminates all long distance charges.
Well, beautiful. It's called what?
Worldline.
Worldline. Everybody, so it's called Worldline if you have a landline, and it's $16 a month, and you can call anywhere in the world. So that
That's
must be
correct.
over Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I don't know how it works.
Do you have
but
a special? Do you have a special number? Is there? If you
Yeah,
do,
have-
can you
have
send
a
it to me?
number, Yeah, you have a number you dial. It's a local number.
Okay. Oh, I
And then
see.
you punch in the other number, and I can call England, Ireland, anywhere in the world, Australia.
Well, don't forget to call me when I email you. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, listen, Peter.
Fantastic.
You know what? It's always a joy. You are a true blessing, my friend, to the world.
Okay.
And you know what? It's so nice to talk to you because you have such a beautiful soul. And
Appreciate it.
yeah, and just so I had somebody comment here and say, "Don't interrupt Peter." Well, Peter can't even see us, and I'm not interrupting Peter. I'm trying to make sure that we get everything done, eh, Peter? And we talk about everything.
I have some bad news for you. I can see you now.
Oh, really?
Somebody has reconnected you. Oh, yeah, I can see you as clear as...
Okay, so yeah, well, it started off you couldn't see me.
Okay.
All right, so now he can see me.
Okay,
That's
yeah.
that's why it was going smoother, I think, eh? You know, nobody likes to work in the dark.
No.
Yeah. Peter, thank you again, man.
Okay,
I
yeah,
really
all
appreciate
right.
you. Give my love to
Yeah.
Nancy, will you?
You will do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Have a beautiful
Bye.
day, friend.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye now. So everybody, that was Peter Webb, and understand something. People like him don't come around often, and that's a fact, you know. I mean, there's people that are very caring and beautiful, but he has such a soft soul. I think we can all pick that one up pretty fast, eh? So we had some other questions. I didn't want to really answer them. I wanted to stay on target. For those of you who want to learn about the Doc of Detox World Healing Center in Ixtapa, Mexico, please go to braveheartnation.com. And other people were asking about our course coming up on April the 30th. Yes, we have a course coming up on April 30th to May the 9th. That's a whole life coach course. Anybody can take it. 40% of the people that come to get certified are actually not doing it for business. Usually every course we'll either have we'll have doctors in it, nurses in it, we'll have lay people in it. Everybody comes to join. We'll have even teenagers in it, won't we?
Teenagers.
It's for everyone. This is called Whole Life Coach, and it's to create a Braveheart Nation. And I'll tell you right now, if you want to really learn the world about nutrition, then you want to come and take our course. It's not about A, B, C, D, E vitamins, is it?
No.
It's about whole body healing, whole plant life healing. It's about emotions and how if you're not the master of those emotions, you're not the master of anything. And that's a 9-day course, and then there's a day off, and then we go into the Wolf Non-Surgical, which is a 12-day course. And I will challenge any other bodywork on the planet to say that ours is the most powerful. We give a money-back guarantee on the first treatment, and I don't care if you're booked for surgery, you're not going. And what you're told about scar tissue and calcium and about bone on bone in any joint, I'm calling them a liar. They don't know they're lying. They've been programmed that way. You're not bone on bone. You're pulling calcium from your bones, and it's in your cartilage. It's in your tissues. And understand something. Even if you've got 5 to 10% of cartilage left, we can prove that it'll grow back in weeks. You heard what I just said. The human body's amazing, and we've gotten sucker punched. Today we talked about frequencies. So we're talking about things that people do not understand, and you're not supposed to understand. You're supposed to listen to this new information and go, they're crazy. They don't know what they're talking about. Well, guess what? You only know what you know, and it's crippling most of the planet, don't you think? I would put it down to that. Let me see, we had Peter on. So at 12 o'clock, we've got Richard. Now, believe it or not, Richard makes the best C60 in the world. I will tell you that 95% of all the C60s sold on Amazon and in North America is fraudulent. And we will be talking about that at noon today. And at 2 p.m. I'll have Tom Milbauer on with Avicen. and we will show you a device that increases your microcirculation, and your microcirculation in your body is 76% of your circulation, and it'll increase at 67%. No other device will do it. At 4 o'clock, we have the Pain-Free Pelvis Show. It's a Q&A, and these ladies are coming on because they are doing a course April 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, and then another one.
6, 7, 8, May.
What?
May 6, 7, 8.
May 6, 7, and 8. They're doing one virtual on Zoom. And what was that course like, the pelvic course? Oh, you haven't done it
I
yet?
haven't done it. I'm looking forward to it. But
Yeah, you're going to take the one here.
Yes.
So I will tell you this much. You take this course and it'll be life-changing for you. End of story. For a woman, her pelvis is everything, okay? For those of you that are wanting to get a travel letter to get across the border, because you can only drive across right now from Canada, okay, our letters will not work on a plane. Those who get a consultation, there's a $5 add-on, and we will send you a letter, but we'll need you to send a picture of your passport so that we have your name the way it should be, and the serial number on there to make it look more official, because when you show that at the border, when you drive across, let me just say this. 9 out of 10 people are getting across on the first shot. And some of them are having to go back twice or 3 times and pick a different person. Okay, so it all depends who you get. But people are getting across, and we have people coming and driving here every day from Canada. As far as United States goes, it's not Nazi Germany like Canada. So people can still move around easier. And just know this, everybody, if they do take the V port off and you can get into flights, just know it might be short-lived, because I think they're coming out with a federal one in Canada, and that's when it'll be game on for them, okay? All right, now the practitioner that you're dealing with will make sure all those forms are filled properly. And remember, everybody, to join us on show.docofdetox.com. If you go in there and you sign in, we will actually give you a notice so that you can come online, come on Zoom, and you can ask your questions live if you want. Also, if you wish to listen to all of our shows in audio version, you can go to iTunes, Spotify, or SoundCloud. Okay, and just remember, the shows that are too hot to handle on Facebook, you'll find them on Telegram at t.me/the Doc of Detox, Rumble, Bitchute, Odyssey, Brighton. And like I said, everybody, you know what?
Give yourself the best gift. Come and do the whole life coach. Do the Wolf non-surgical. It will be the best thing you've ever spent on yourself. Pamper yourself, treat yourself. It's an amazing course. I've done 2 of it. I'm looking forward to my 3rd. And I would just want to add that what I've learned from Peter today, just now, I'm going to buy one of these to take with me whenever I travel. I put it into my hotel room. It will balance everything, right?
Yes, yes.
Oh, how amazing.
Just think if Jeremy had one when he traveled.
I know. It just dawned on me. So, I will get that. It's amazing. This whole life here, the course, the community here, what we have set up, what Daryl has set up for all of us, is super amazing. It's like fun-filled life adventure. It's just come join us. Treat yourself. Come into the course. You will never regret. It will be the best gift you will give to yourself.
If you go to braveheartnation.com, you'll find out about the courses and the place here. If you want to get right in and you want to just look at the course part, go to newworldpractitioner.com. If you want to come down with your family and learn how to love yourself and each other on a nutritional, emotional, and spirit level, go to personaltreatmentandtraining.com. We have 6 different trainings, okay, for couples, families, athletes. You'll see it. You'll see it there. And if you don't want to come down for that and just want to come for treatments, come. And if you don't want to come for any of it, but you just want to hang around and come to our dance party or just come to our lectures, you can do that too, can't you?
Yes.
There are no rules here. Just one. One law, one love, and it's called unconditional love. And I'm going to tell you something right now, and I want you to try to think about this for a second. What does everybody say? You know what? I do more than the average person. Well, the average person is actually dying. Did you know that? Did you know that 92% of the population has an autoimmune disease, and they don't think they're sick either unless they're in the hospital? So understand something. If you're going to use, okay, government medical statistics as your marker of how well you're doing, you are in huge trouble. Okay, what a person will actually spend on themselves in the way of money and time and energy is disgusting. We treat ourselves, okay, as if we're worth nothing. And we've been programmed to do that because you're worth everything. Let me just say this. I'm going to read the Braveheart quote right now for you. I am love. I am healed. I am Braveheart. Today and every day, from the moment I rise until I gently close my eyes, I will trust, honor, respect, protect, forgive, and totally love myself first and foremost before anyone else or anything else. So help me God. Because I am, I can, I'm healed. I am Braveheart. God bless everyone. And remember something. 3, 2, 1. We have this together, Bravehearts. Thank you, Serena.
Thank you.
You know, it's not good enough to have the most powerful courses, treatments, and training. We want to deliver to you the adventure of a lifetime that's going to last a lifetime. And I'm going to take you on a little adventure right now and show you what we are going to deliver. What are we going to deliver? We are going to deliver the authentic you, the real you, the genius inside. How would you like to become not just the master of your mind, but the master of your body, the master of your life? You know what? The most important world is your world, and we're about to show you how to create it.
Found Dr. Wolf and all his positivity and trying to reshape our way of thinking and help me be a better person, a better mom, better wife. I'm glad I found him in person in Ixtapa, Mexico.
Never limit yourself to beautiful, because that's what you are. Take a look at this beautiful place. We all deserve beauty in our life. You need to create a new program that is unlimited when it comes to things that are beautiful, things that make you happy, things that make you shine, things that make you feel excited. Let's get excited.
This guy's got something really interesting to say and he's sharing it really openly and just really not caring what other people think, and I just thought that was really empowering.
What I've learned in my life is this: to be the change you wish to be the change you wish to see, Braveheart, you have to understand you take life one step at a time.
Dr. Wolf, as many people will have seen, is very direct and straight and will take you to the edge of the cliff, as he says, and then pull you back just in time.
Never lose your focus. Never lose your dream, because you are the dream maker. It's called image, but guess what? It's your imagination. The image that you hold creates the thought that you live with. That thought creates an emotion that creates a frequency, and we know that the invisible creates the physical. I mean, that's quite obvious. So be the power that you seek, and understand something, that all your thoughts matter. And guess what? Unless you're willing to take a look at those thoughts and retrain your brain, change your personality, you'll never change your reality, and your reality could become infinite.
He's a wealth of information, and I love it.
You were created by your creator to create. So let's create something amazing together.
I found Dr. Wolf and I went, wow, here's a truth speaker. And he spoke to my soul, and he spoke truth.
So tell me what you think of the destination that I came up with my imagination to hold the whole life coach certification for you. Understand something. It's all about beauty. It's all about adventure. It's all about stimulating the mind, okay? And understanding that your mind is unlimited. And that is what the Whole Life Coach certification is all about. In the Whole Life Coach certification, we are going to go deeper. We have people coming to us, professionals coming to us, from doctors to nurses to accountants to oil riggers to mothers that want to expand their life. And when they come here, they go, I need to learn to help my family, or I want to improve my business. But guess what? We get into their business when they leave, they become the change that they wish to see, that they wish to be. They become the gift to the world, because when you can stay in the present, and you can't do that until you have unconditional love and care for yourself. And I'll tell you something right now. I have hardly even found 1 out of 1,000 practitioners or even so-called whole life coaches that can hold the present moment and own it and then give it as a gift. And this is what I'm going to give to you. And when you come here, this is where you're going to come into this room when you need to find alignment, you need to find balance, and you need to get back into your lion heart breath, because we're going to go deep into your heart and we're going to become the spark that you seek.
And actually what I really love about Dr. Wolf's teachings is that unconditional love is literally it. And then you're like, how can it be that easy? That's just silly. So, but it's really not.
Come play, come stay, come train with us today. Understand something. I know we have fear, but understand, that's just false evidence appearing real. I get it. Stick your toe in, feel the water, but then I want you to dive right in, because
How I found my brave heart was through Daryl. He really teaches you to go within and go in through your heart and not your mind, because your heart's a lot more connected to so much more than your mind. Your mind is just so conditioned and your heart is just so open and beautiful.
you're the answer that you've been looking for. Let me teach you how to fly. What does that mean? First, love yourself, Braveheart. Let's take life in and win.
I had just lost my husband a couple of years ago. With his passing, he gave me the greatest gift, to love myself. But Dr. Wolf gave me the greatest gift in understanding that.
I had a dream 3 years ago that I would live in Mexico and I would have this training center, this teaching center, this treatment center that would touch the world. Your dreams are never too big. And when they start to create a little bit of anxiety, turn them into excitement. And get excited, because this is your life.
He's the first doctor that I have encountered that has truly given me the truth, and not just half-truths, but the full truth. So it's been revolutionary for me in my healing process.
And this, my friend, when you take on the dream of all dreams, and you realize that if you stay connected to your breath, that you can have it all. Do not let anybody take your breath away. Do not let anybody steal your dream, okay? Listen, God gave you imagination. This is your sandbox of life. Take your life back. Right now, we are teaching courses to people that have come from all over the world, and the government is saying you can't travel, you can't breathe, you can't have this, you can't come together. Yes, we will. And we will do it with unconditional love for each other. And we will learn to grow. We will not judge each other. We'll observe and see where we can support each other. But at the same time, we will hold the Braveheart line, because this is the only way that we can grow. So find your roar, because you're so much more. And learn this. You are the unconditional love that you've been looking for. You are the dream maker. I can't wait to see you. We want to become that small piece of the puzzle that brings your dream together. Thank you. Let me ask you a question. What do you think it would take to turn your life around? I can tell you right now, I learned that a long time ago, what the key was. And anybody that has been able to perfect the perfect day on an emotional, physical, and spirit level knows this. The answer is massive, personal action. That's what it's going to take for you to turn your life around. And to turn your life around, you're going to have to go within if you want to change without. And that's the bottom line. And you know, people think that they can do it like with a consultation, or maybe they can do it with a telephone call, or a Band-Aid, or a 911 emergency, a treatment. But understand, that's not the way it is. The day that you realize that when you master your mind is the only time you're going to master your body. Forget your life. That's always going to be just random luck until you know that you must become the master of your day. From the moment you rise until you gently close your eyes, you must be the only authority for you. And if you think that getting an hour consultation is going to do it, it's not. If you think that going for therapy is going to do it, it's not. You have to submerge yourself into what we would call the personal treatment and training. And you need to do that from anywhere from 6 days to 10 days, or you need to come for my whole life coach certification, because if you don't go in deep, you'll never make changes. They say it takes 10,000 times for you to repeat something before it becomes a prominent, dominant thought. And if you understood that 70 to 90% of all your thoughts are not yours, and they say that 70% of your thoughts are toxic, tell me they're not. Take a look at the majority of the population. 92% of the population has an autoimmune disease, which means the body is attacking itself. Before that, though, the person was attacking themselves on a subconscious, unconscious level. And that, my friend, is the bottom line, and why you must take a personal treatment and training and go deep and understand how to run your life. What that means is learning how to think, how to drink, how to eat, and knowing when somebody is mistreating you, when someone is disrespecting you, because until you honor and respect yourself, no one else is going to do it. So understand, this is your life. If you want to live your passion and purpose, then you must become the master of your mind to become the master of your body so that you can become the light for your family. So please, consider this. You've got the time and you've got the money, because you're going to change the rest of your life for the rest of your life, and that's my guarantee to you.